Yes, my name is Steve Wilson. I'm a drummer and drum teacher, and I've been playing for about 28 years, something like that, and I've been teaching for about 18. As a drummer, funk is a really important style of music to study and listen to. The instrumentation of funk and the role of the drums within funk music is a very important one. I think the drums themselves play a very key part in creating the feel and the groove within funk music. And funk music itself is a very kind of swampy sort of feel a lot of the time. And some people would say that the word funky originally comes from a stink or a stench, or this is funky, it smells funky, meaning it has a kind of swampy or greasy sort of feel to it. And I think it's good to try and create a groove that is unlike any other kind of style of music. Although there are obviously lots of subgenres of funk and different ways of playing funk. But the role of the drums can certainly be one which could be very simplistic and quite easy to play, or it could be quite technically demanding and reasonably complicated too. But the role of the drums are definitely an important part within the instrumentation of funk and funk music in general. Going back, looking at the end of the early rock and roll era and rhythm and blues in the kind of 50s, I would say. If you look at people like Louis Jordan. And then move into the 60s with the likes of James Brown, and I think Ray Charles deserves a mention as well with the crossover from rhythm and blues and soul and gospel music, moving it forward to funk, into early funk. So James Brown, and then into the 70s with people like Tower of Power and the Meters, a very famous New Orleans outfit. And then right up through to today with people like Galactic, another New Orleans funk outfit. There's plenty of scope from the 1950s right through to the present day. People are still creating great funk tunes today. I'd go back and check out from the early rock and roll drummers, through to and the likes of Earl Palmer, through to the drummers of James Brown, Clyde Stubblefield, Jabu Starks, through to Zigaboo Modelist from the Meters, David Garibaldi from Tower of Power. Today, lots of people look at Stanton Moore again for a modern approach to a New Orleans funk thing. But there's lots of guys out there. Harvey Mason, Steve Gard's a very funky drummer. There are plenty of session guys. Yeah, so check out those guys first, I would say. Sure, yeah. The one features heavily, meaning beat one of every bar of music. James Brown came from R&B and changed music into a very groove-orientated, led. He was the real front man and dictated what a lot of his band members played, I think. So he would establish a groove and let it run round and round, but the main emphasis of most of the things that he played had a big accent on beat one. So he'd play 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. So just like a stress point in the bar, which really all the instrumentation was geared around, and it just led to this great sort of natural groove and feel. really. And it appears on lots of his very famous hits.